Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Thursday, July 20th, 2023. Before I click through all the charts, just want to encourage you to please click like, please share the content with friends and colleagues, please, become a Wicked Stocks YouTube channel subscriber. And also check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos, just like the Tesla report. Daily analysis in the triple Q in the SPY, weekly analysis in the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, and the long bond ETF, the TLT, as well as two individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube that cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near-term investor. We're always looking for 20% moves, typically at least, on those underlying stocks. In fact, Tuesday we put out a 5 to 10 minute video on Netflix that may be of interest to you. We offer a 5 day money back guarantee. Actually, not a money back guarantee, a 5 day free trial. So you go through the payment gateway and you have 5 days to bow out if you so choose. I doubt that you will, but you might, and you have that ability to do so. Let's take a look at the Tesla report for Thursday. I'll jump to the long-term chart. We have settled above the 287.17 formation by the required 1% margin on a daily basis only. 2 or 3 days this week. Let me take a look here. I'll tell you right now. Is it 2 or 3 days? 1, 2, 3 days. Yes, that was a Monday settlement. And so we are still above it. And as I've always said, it really is the weekly settlement that has sort of a closure to the buy signal that sort of affirms it entirely. Until then, it's a bit tentative. So it is 290.04 still. I urge you to look to the right. That number will not change. 1% above 287.17, this channel top. Is our secondary buy signal as we move into later year. Then anticipating 414.49 probably by the end of the year, 3 to 5 months or so, I think is realistic. Now, this upper area is considered an ultra long-term objective anyway, following the settlement a couple of months ago above this 18-month channel top that is presently at 188.47. Anticipating then this upper 280s, 287.17 channel top within 2 to 3 months. That happened within about 4 or 5 weeks, where we might have topped out on a monthly basis. We did actually, now that I look at it, top out on a monthly basis for about 4 weeks, and now we're above it. And so, but there was the possibility that we could have fallen all the way back into the 190s within several months of testing 287.17. That is not happening. We're pushing through this important price ceiling at 287.17. And as long as we close tomorrow, Friday, at 290.04 or higher, I would then anticipate within just a couple of weeks 314.66, and over the next 3 to 5 months, as I say, a retest of that 414.49 November 21 all-time high. So yes, we got another day or two, and we'll see how it plays out. We closed negative actually on Wednesday, backed off a bit, but still above the 287.50 channel top, 287.17 on the weekly chart. So as long as we're above this 287 handle support, we can get right back up there, push through 295.05 perhaps today, and rally up to 300.13. Now 300.13, we came close to testing, inside of a full point on Wednesday. And as I was mentioning before, that is this high here going back to early 21. We fell off there for the better part of a year. So we reapproached it actually on Wednesday, didn't actually test it, and then we backed off to close negative on the day. If we push or open today above 295.05, we can reapproach 300.13, where a daily high can be made. And if we close today above 300.13, I think by the end of next week, well, two things I'll say about that. If we settle today above 300.13, then I think I think chances are much greater that we will settle tomorrow, Friday, the week itself, above 287.17 by the required 1% margin, 290.04 or higher. That is one. Number two, if we close above 300.13, we should by the end of next week actually reach this 314.66, this kind of a triple top, the shelf top area that played out for a couple of months back about a year ago or so. And that area may contain weekly buying pressures. I have 314.66 here. I'm also watching now a rising channel top that is based on recent price activity, and this is likely what I will wind up referring to 314.66 to 316.77. But as this channel top pulls away over time, it is a 3-4 week channel top. I think this is the level that can contain weekly buying pressures, and if settled above, would be yet another accelerator to the upside as we move into later August activity. But we're a long way from that right now. I think you can look at this chart and see that so long as we continue trading above that 387 significant long-term resistance, now support, we should reach into the mid 310s, 314.66 over the next week or two. And then on to, as I say, about up to the 414.49 all-time high from November of 21. If we close tomorrow, once again, the week itself at or above 290.04. I think I've said that enough. Let's talk about the possibility of breaking 287 handle support. If we do that today, what do we have? 282.48. Nothing more than the high settlement price a few weeks ago. We backed off from that area. It is now an intraday support level. So if we break 287.17, that weekly channel top, 282.48 in reach. And if we close today below 287.17, that could invite follow-through selling down to 275.94 by Friday's close. And that, unless we get a nice bounce off of there early in the day Friday and rally back to close at or above 290.04, we are still in a process. I'll go back to this weekly chart. This weekly chart, it looks like, you can see the settlement dash to the right. It looks like we've closed above it. That is an intra-week chart. And if we close below 287.17, you can see that we merely pushed through, substantially pushed through that 287.17 channel top, and closing the week below it, closing tomorrow below 287.17 does invite selling pressures to play out as we move into August trade. I do think this 257.43 channel bottom on the weekly chart would be in reach within just a couple of weeks, and that on the daily chart is 259.63. So if we close today below 287.17, doesn't look good. 275.94 in reach tomorrow. So that's kind of the, I could paint sort of the day trade, the 3 to 5 day swing trade with the volatility the way it is kind of the same almost. Holding above the 287 handle support will keep 300.13, that high from a few years ago, in reach again over the next day, 2 or 3, where inversely closing below 287.17, the same formation on the weekly chart, does signal 275.94 quite possibly tomorrow, where we can bottom out on a day and possibly rally back up. It would be a settlement at below 275.94 that would signal 259.63 within just a few days. But I will say, as I mentioned a moment ago, that if we close today below 287.50, doesn't look good, but certainly, tomorrow, that is the week itself, back below 287.17, I think you should begin anticipating this upper 250 support within a week or two, possibly by the end of next week, where we could bottom out into later August, turn back up again. It would be, and last thing I'll say, and I've said this a lot, it would be a settlement below some variation of that 259.63 channel bottom that would then signal the 196.97 channel bottom. Yes, there is a speed line here, but I do think if we just close below 259.63, that is our downward pivot point into later August. I know I'm spending a lot of time on these negative scenarios. I'm not expecting them to fold out or to play out. But you need to cover them. I think right now, and the last thing I will say is if we settle below 287 handle support, I think you can expect, or at least position yourself for a low 260s objective, possibly by the end of next week. Until then, we are still in tentative buy signal mode. This market poised for bullish continuation. That is confirmed tomorrow with a settlement above 290.04, then anticipating 314.66 within a week or two, the 414.49 all-time high in reach by the end of the year or sooner. 9.5 minutes. I'm going to leave it at that. I will be back, of course, with Friday's Tesla report tomorrow. You have a great day. Please click like, share, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com.